Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. Today's video is going to be on 5 things that every beginner fashion photographer should have. And this is not going to be your obvious 5 things you need as a photographer video. I haven't included camera or lenses or anything like that that's really obvious. I have just included a few things that I kind of wish that I'd known just starting off with fashion photography that would have been helpful. So yeah, I hope you enjoy these tips and find them helpful, and let's get into it. Now the first thing might seem obvious to some people, but for others it's not so much of an obvious point. The first thing I really think is beneficial, especially for fashion photographers, is having a reflector. Now you can get many different types of reflectors. You can get white ones, silver ones, gold ones, all different colors. And these are really useful for outdoor photography and for portraiture outdoors. So I'd highly recommend, if you're not really wanting to invest too much money in flash or external lighting, anything like that just yet, it's a really good idea to have a reflector because you can manipulate the light quite easily with it, and it can give you a different effect with your photographs straight off and really help you fill in parts of the image that is too dark. I think this is a perfect tool for someone that's doing portraiture in any genre of photography, and it's definitely a must-have in my books for a beginner's kit. Number 2 is something that might also be quite obvious to some people, but for me it wasn't particularly obvious to start off with, and it's a graphics tablet. Now you don't need the most expensive graphics tablet out there. There are cheaper ones on the market, and particularly I really like the bamboo ones by Wacom. I think they're really good sized as well. They're not too big and they're just really good for beginners. So I'd really recommend looking into a small graphics tablet just to start off with, because it's going to make your life easier when you're retouching images, in particular with skin retouching. And this isn't something that I realized for a little while after starting, and I use my mouse for retouching for years, and when I got my first graphics tablet it was like this weight had been lifted off my shoulders and I was a new person, a completely new retoucher. So I would definitely recommend looking into a graphics tablet if you've got the money, and especially getting used to it from the beginning when you're retouching and editing in Photoshop. That's always a good thing too, because it did take me a little bit to get used to it after editing with a mouse for so long too. Number 3 is hard drives or cloud space, and this is a really important one because I feel like if I had done this quite early on, I wouldn't have had some undesirable circumstances happening to me at several points throughout my career so far. And this has to do with files going missing, or files corrupting on hard drives, or hard drives themselves corrupting, or computers dying, laptops dying, you know, all of that sort of thing happening. It's extremely important to do backing up, and I know a lot of people don't do it and they sort of think, oh, it's not going to happen to me, my hard drive's not going to fail, nothing's going to go wrong, but it does happen. And I'd highly recommend getting cloud storage, because that's a great form of online storage nowadays that you can use. From memory, it's not too expensive, and then hard drives, obviously having a few of those will be great for storing your images and to have a few backups of each shoot that you do. And I think the earlier you start with this, the more likely you are to continue doing this as you go along in your career, and it becomes more of a habit instead of just starting a few years down the track. Number 4 is having your own Pinterest account. Now I think this is a pretty important one as well, because Pinterest is just a database full of inspiration and images for makeup, hairstyling, studio shoots, on location shoots, creative shoots, just anything. So it's a great source of inspiration for all of your shoots to start off with, especially. Great conceptual photos on there too to take inspiration from. So I definitely recommend getting onto that site, getting yourself an account, and start collecting images that really inspire you, and getting images together that you feel like you could put into your own concepts for new shoots. And my last point today is to have a camera bag that is comfortable and that is suitable for you. And this is just such an underrated thing, and I can't stress enough how important it is to have a camera bag that is comfortable for you. Now I have a camera bag at the moment that is a sling, and for me this works really well because I get quite bad stress around my shoulders on both sides, and I find that sometimes having a backpack or a really heavy backpack can make this worse. And sometimes I just prefer to have a sling because it makes it more accessible for me if I'm on location, in particular for getting lenses out, and it's just easier than taking off my backpack every 2 seconds. But for some people that have quite a bit more gear as well, a backpack is definitely going to be easier for them. So it just depends on your kit and what you prefer to do as a photographer, but definitely find something that is suitable for you, go and try some camera bags on and have a look around, shop around first to have a look what's going to be suitable, because there's lots of different camera bags out there, and I tell you what, you don't realize how important it is until you're on a shoot and you're realizing how much your back hurts, or how it's not accessible, or how you wish it had this or that. So yeah, just have a look around and see what works for you. Thank you guys so much for watching this video. If you liked it, please give it a thumbs up and please subscribe to my channel if you haven't already. I hope you enjoyed these tips and I hope they were helpful for you. If you'd like to see anything else on my channel, please let me know, as I'm doing requests and I'm hoping to get way more videos out soon. Thank you guys for watching and I'll see you next time. Bye!